Well, good morning. It's Christmas Eve and we're on the English Riviera. Here we are in lovely Torquay. It's 14 degrees, it's blue skies, it's absolutely gorgeous. Who would believe it? Tomorrow is Christmas Day and it's beautiful. The tide's in here at Torquay and we're just watching a seal. There's just been a seal behind me swimming around in the bay. So we're gonna have a wander around Torquay. Some of you will know it, some of you may not. The English Riviera. Let's see what it's like the day before Christmas. So the seal was just right in front of us here. I think he's just dived down for a second. He came in so close. In fact, there was even a dog. Ah, there he is. I don't know if you can pick this up. It'll look very small on the GoPro, but midway between the quayside and Bury Heads, about an inch below the horizon, you might see a little shiny head. No, it's not my shiny head. It is Sammy the seal. There he is. And not too far away from a chap here who's swimming in the sea as well. Lovely, isn't it? Just shows the water is nice and clean. So we're going to have a walk along past the theatre and towards the harbour, and maybe a Christmas Eve hot chocolate or something like that. Although it's so warm, to be honest, I wouldn't mind a beer. So this is Torquay Sands, or where you can see of it. The tide's in at the moment. Normally it goes out quite a way. It's actually a very nice sandy beach here, and you can see Torquay Marina in the distance. We're going to be walking past that in a few seconds time. Cross Tor Bay, and that's Bury Head in the distance on the far side of Brixham. And you know, for some reasons Tor Bay sometimes gets a bad press. I actually think it's gorgeous, and it's not called the English Riviera for nothing. So let's carry on. We're going to go past the theatre and have a look at the marina, I think. This place across the road is called Pier. It's actually a really nice place to go for a drink, and it's quite nice. I quite like this bit here. A bit of cafe culture going on, especially on a lovely mild day like this. So we'll carry on walking. We're not far off the marina now. Look at the pretty flowers. Actually, they're not real flowers, they are little lights, but they're all lit up at night. Very pretty. There's a palm tree. Remember the line out of Fawlty Towers? Oh, we have palm trees in Torquay, you know. Or something like that, wasn't it? I think it was in the Americans episode. So behind us is the famous Rock Walk in Torquay. And Nina, I think you remember that from when you were young, when you used to come to Torquay as a little one.
Yeah, when I was a little girl, that was a really tropical, it smelt of jasmine, and it was just glorious in the evening. And you could sit up there, you could have walks along it, it had coloured pretty lights. It was glorious.
All lit up at night?
Yes, absolutely fabulous.
Very
nice.
Nice.
The smells like being in the Med.
And it's still a lovely walk up there. There's a nice walkway which you can still do to this very day, and you get fabulous views across Tor Bay as well. So if you're in Torquay, very highly recommended.
Yeah, and they're replanting as well now.
Nice, yes. So they're trying to get it back to its former glory days.
Yes.
Lovely. Right, we're nearly at the theatre, nearly at the marina. Let's go and see what's cracking off there on Christmas Eve. Here we are at the Princess Theatre, Torquay's main theatre. It's panto season. What's on? Oh no, it's Jack and the Beanstalk. We had Jack and the Beanstalk in Truro a couple of weeks ago. Who's in it then? John Altman. Wasn't he Nasty Nick in EastEnders a few years ago? Oh yes, he was. So this is the pier in Torquay. It's not a pier in traditional sense. It's more of a sort of just the side of the harbour. Here's the Brixham Ferry ticket office. You can take some lovely boat trips from here. You can take, in the summer, you can take a ferry across to Brixham. You can go down the coast right as far as Dartmouth. And of course, this is the iconic trip to take when you're in Devon. Some of our visitors that have been down here with us will have done this. The round robin. And we go on the train from Teignmouth to Paignton, then get on the steam train down to Kingswear, ferry across to Dartmouth, and then the boat from Dartmouth up to Totnes, and then back on an open top bus across to Paignton. It's a lovely day out. If you've not done it, very highly recommended. So here we are on the pier. Looking across to the right first, you can see the big building right in the centre. That's the Grand Hotel. Very nice. It's still very nice inside there. And then you've got the Livermead Hotel to the left, the Livermead Cliff Hotel. And then beyond there is Paynton. And then if you work your way around the bay, you go past Paynton and eventually round to Brixham and onwards to Berry Head, which is the headland in the distance. And on the other side, here is the marina at Torquay. This is where all the big boats are kept. There's two harbours in Torquay. There's the marina, then there's the inner harbour, which is more for fishing boats, which we'll come to in a second. So some of the local fishing boats down here in front of the theatre. This is one of the trip boats, the Torquay Clipper. And as you can see, there are some very nice bits of kit in here. And in fact, it was about 3 years ago, one summer's day, there was a very, very posh motor cruiser. I think it was about 6 million quid's worth, parked up here, and it caught fire. And it drifted off, and luckily it drifted in the direction of the pier here, set fire to the pier as well, which ended up with the pier being closed for about 6 months because they had to replace a lot of the woodwork. And the boat was completely gutted, but luckily it didn't drift into all the other boats. Imagine if they'd all caught fire as well. But I can imagine that the insurance claim for that was quite interesting. It's hard to believe how mild it is today. This is Christmas Eve, it's 14 degrees Celsius. And it's absolutely beautiful. I really don't need this body warmer on, I'd be fine just in my jumper. And it's blue sky, it's absolutely lovely. And people said, when we first moved to Devon from Staffordshire a few years ago, they said, do you notice a difference in the weather? Well, maybe not so much in the summer, but in the winter, quite often it can be like that here. It's not uncommon. And we'll look back at the weather at home and it'll be like 2 degrees. People are chipping ice off the car windscreens. So it is lovely at this time of year. Very, very rare we get frost down here. I think we've had snow 2 half days in 7 years. Although you go inland to Dartmoor and it's a different story because that's high ground. Anyway, look at it here. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is Torquay Outer Marina. Some very nice bits of kit there as well. And a lot of the people who have these boats, they never really go anywhere. They just come on the weekend, climb on the boat, have a picnic, and then lock it all up and go home again. Oh well. But it'd be lovely to take it for a ride around the bay as well. The outer part of the pier is one of the fishing boats, one of the Brixham registered ones. And some very nice bits of kit here. It's incredible the price of these. There is a shop just on the far side of the harbour that sells yachts. Well, they're sales agents for yachts. It's not a shop full of yachts. I think it would need to be a very big shop, wouldn't it? And like this one that's in front of us here, what would that be? A couple of million?
Definitely.
A couple of million. I mean, you look at some of even the little speedboats, they're like 400 grand. It's just ridiculous.
Some of the really big ones are actually out because you can see the gaps.
Yeah.
So they have probably gone off for Christmas.
Down in the Mediterranean or somewhere.
Possibly.
Yeah.
There's the ferry to one of the ferries, Liberty Laughs.
Oh yes, just about to go. Yeah.
There you go.
Close up of Mary Ann, one of the trawlers here. And she's rusted to pieces. She's clearly seen better days, but she's still a working boat. And these guys go out in all weathers, and they go quite some distance as well, right out to sea. You can see all the ropes down there. It's a hard life, and they don't make a lot of money either. So good on them for keeping going. Here's Liberty Lass. You can hire or charter this. I don't think it'd be very cheap, mind. But if you fancy a few days fishing out there in the bay, you could take a few mates with you. That's a big boat though, isn't it? Looks like it's normally used as a tour boat, looking at the seats at the back here. And here we are right at the end of the quayside. A couple of the bigger trawlers there. Proper working trawlers they are. The entrance to the harbour. The camera makes it look like a wintry sky, but actually it's not. It's just the sun is low in the sky, but it is actually beautiful today. So I think we'll have a wander round the back end of the marina and come into the inner harbour, which is just over there, and then it might be time for a coffee. It's one way to arrive, isn't it, eh? Well, it beats arriving in Torquay in my Ford Fiesta, that's for sure. Well, there's some rather nice boats parked along this stretch. If you can afford to park your boat on this jetty here, then I think you're in a different tax bracket to me, that's for sure. This one would be quite nice. Yeah. I wouldn't mind even if they just said, you know, just come spend the weekend here. You could sit there on the deck and pose with your bottle of champagne. Be alright, wouldn't it? Right, so here we are at the yacht shop. And you know, I was saying you don't get much for $500,000. I mean, look at the size of that. It's not massive. 585,000. Or that one, 475. And these aren't the big ones. These are really just to go out and do a bit of fishing. Some more around here, I think. Oh, these are the cheapies. Oh, look, 41,000. Oh, we'll have two of those. These must be the second-hand ones. Probably got a hole in them. That's your yacht shop. And then here is the inner harbour of Torquay. So that's the town centre, well, sort of, behind us there. And this is the inner harbour where the smaller yachts are. Hello, Mr. Swan, or Mrs. Swan. So we're going to have a walk around the harbour side, I think, where the fishermen keep some of their pots here on the side of the harbour. If you like your fishing, here's a bit of extreme fishing for you. Torquay, shark and wreck fishing. Yeah, sharks? I didn't know there were sharks in this bay. Nobody told me that last time I went in the sea. Blimey, I should be more careful from now onwards. And this is also the point where you get the Western Lady Ferry across to Brixham, which is just over there in the distance. The old fish quay. Nice boat just coming out here. And I wonder if they're going to lift the bridge for him so he can get through. Because this bridge to our right hand side does go up, so we're going to wait and have a look and see if that happens, and if it does, we'll get it on camera for you. No, it doesn't look like the bridge is going to go up. He's just turned around and gone back. Another view of the outer harbour. That's a very nice boat there in front of us. Not so modern, but very spacious, very nice. Yeah, you could have a nice holiday on there, couldn't you? This is the barking furnace. Very interesting stuff. Pause the video if you want to read that. Let's go and have a look at it. Not much left of it now, but there you are. That's what there is. Hello, Mr. Cormorant. There's that nice boat again. Looks almost nice enough to dive in. No. So this is the bridge we just walked over that we said it might go up. It does lift. And that was intended to represent whale bones, because of course whale fishing in times gone past was a big thing for the fishermen of these parts. And in fact, where we live in Teignmouth, they used to go right across to Newfoundland to do the fishing. They were away for many weeks at a time. and it's still remembered as a fishing tradition in this part of Devon. The inner harbour and the bridge. Torquay town centre behind. So we're going to have a wander down this side of the harbour, and then I think eventually we'll be having a nice coffee, and I think it's nice enough today to sit outside actually.
Definitely.
Yeah, why not?
If anyone's here on a bad day, there's a department store called Hooper's straight in front under the church, and the top floor is a lovely restaurant, so you can get cream teas and you get all the view out to sea and over the harbour.
There you are, Hoopers. Thank you very much. Bit of commission, please. And if you're in Torquay and you really want to splash out on a lovely meal, this is the place to go. This is the Elephant, which, as far as I'm aware, is Torquay's only Michelin-starred restaurant. You can come and have a sample lunch tasting menu. Actually, $62.50 per person, but it's all that. And if it was your birthday or a special occasion, I think it'd be very nice actually. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just go across the road and go to the Harvester and have a very mediocre egg and chips for $6.99. The choice is yours. This is Beacon Quay, and this is where on the 5th of June 1944 the 4th Infantry Division of the United States Army set off towards Utah Beach in Normandy, and the next day was the disembarkation. 6th of June 1944, 21,000 troops landed on Utah Beach. This is all part of that history where they started off. And these are the ramps, the very ramps where they disembarked. Still here to this very day. Amazing. There's actually some lovely buildings along here. If you just look up, some really nice old places. A lot of bars and amusement places along this stretch. Very nice in the summer, always very busy there in the summer. You can sit here and look over the harbour. Worse things to do, isn't there, eh? And there on the right hand side, if you've seen our video of Budley Salterton, you may remember me mentioning Rockfish, the rather nice fish restaurants. There's a chain of those across Devon and the southwest, run by Mitch Tonks, who is a reputable chef from Dartmouth. There's the Torquay branch, very nice indeed. So just behind the harbour there's some lovely old pubs, and here is the loveliest of them all, the wonderful Hole in the Wall, the oldest pub in Torquay. I think it goes back to about 1540, something like that. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, 1540. Our lovely friend Sam sings here on a Monday night. She's got a gorgeous voice. Very nice oldie worldy pub to go in, this is. Highly recommended. Back on the harbour side, and the clock tower, which has just recently been restored, and in fact all of this side of the harbour has just undergone a lot of renovation. They've widened the pavements, made it more pedestrian friendly, and it's going to be a lot more pleasant, especially in the summer when there's a lot of people here. I think they're going to put some seating along here as well, and then you can just sit there and look out over the harbour. Very nice indeed. There's the old branch of Debenhams, long closed now unfortunately. I don't know what they're going to do with that building. And then the shopping street as such is off to the right at the end, but I think that is still very much a work in progress, so I won't be taking you up there. Anyway, I think we're going to head over towards offshore, which is over to our left, which is a very nice place to go for a coffee. Let's have a wander down here if we shall. Maybe a coffee or a hot chocolate, what do you reckon? Can't believe it's Christmas Eve. 14 degrees, blue skies, beautiful. And it's good to see a department store that's still open, and these have been around for a very long time. I think they're one of the oldest department stores in the UK that are still going. That's Hooper's. Long may they continue, good on them. So we're going to walk around. This is a nice area to sit and have a drink. Very, very busy in the summer around here, especially in the evenings. And we're going to go off to our favourite little lunchtime eating place and maybe have a coffee. Well, take a look at this. Hot chocolate time. That looks rather nice.
Hot chocolate time. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on then.
Mmm.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
All right.
Marshmallows underneath.
Marshmallows underneath. Fabulous. It's in here, looking at the harbour, at the wonderful offshore, one of our favourite local places here in Torquay. Well, that was lovely, wasn't it? What do you reckon to that hot chocolate? That was gorgeous.
Stunning, wasn't it? Gosh.
Yeah.
Naughty and nice.
That's as brought us up to cruising altitude, as one of my fellow YouTubers likes to say. Anyway, we're going to have a walk along now, and this is the old pavilions in Torquay, which has lain sort of semi-derelict for quite a few years, but I believe they now have a budget to do it up. And I think it's going to be used as sort of maybe some sort of exhibition place or something like that. But in its day, it was one of the grandest places in Torquay to go. I think there was maybe a theatre in there, and in fact, as we approach the front, you can see what it's like inside. And it'll be lovely if they can bring this back to even some semblance of its former grandeur. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And this is the stage. Now that's what a proper theatre should look like, isn't it? Look at that. So that's what it was like in the 1930s. So if they can bring it back to just a little bit of what it used to be, it would be amazing. And I believe now they have got some of the budget to do that. So maybe 2025 we'll see a new life for this beautiful old building. One of the most famous hotels in Torquay, the Torquay Hotel. And I do like this little bit. I know it's busy with traffic, but it always reminds me a bit of a continental city walking along this section. And people say, oh, Torquay, isn't that where Fawlty Towers was filmed? Well, it's certainly where it was based in the story. And I believe the building that inspired the Fawlty Towers Hotel has since been demolished and replaced by flats or something like that. But I think there's still some sort of plaque there to say that that's the place that inspired that fantastic TV series. But I'm not quite sure where in Torquay it is.
I know where it is. Top.
Yeah, apparently the Fawlty Towers Hotel is at the back of the town somewhere, or was. This is the beautiful fountain and the park on the seafront that they restored last year. It's been done beautifully, actually.
Complete with seagull on the top.
Yeah, he's washing his feet. So we're going to have a walk back alongside the marina and then take it from there. Still a beautiful day here. In fact, where we just were at the offshore bar, we just had a beautiful hot chocolate, but we haven't had anything to eat yet.
No, it's left room for something to eat.
So, as it's so nice, if you've seen any of my other videos on this channel, have a look at the video entitled Torquay, My Favourite Bits. And if you can remember, if you've seen that, if you can remember where we went for lunch, we're going to head off there and see, first of all, if we can park anywhere near, and secondly, if they've got any tables, which, to be honest, on a day like this may be doubtful, but we're going to give it a go and we'll let you know how we get on.
Yes.
So, time for lunch. Dum diddly dum dum dum.
It's a record.
You do get some interesting locals around here, and I couldn't film here earlier because they were playing music, which I can't include in these videos. But if you're ever in Torquay and you fancy some fish and chips, They're beautiful here, absolutely lovely. You can have them from there, take away, or you can go there and sit in.
Got the award 2024, top 10.
Yeah, top 10 in the UK. In fact, top 3 in the UK. National fish and chip shops. Very nice. And here we are, back at beautiful Meadfoot. Possibly my favourite place in the whole of Torquay. A little slice of the Mediterranean. There's the Osborne, looking resplendent in the sunshine. There we are. Tide's in. Lovely. So the next question is, will we be able to get a seat at our favourite place to eat and have lunch in Torquay? Good news, everybody. Good news. So here we are back at our favourite place, the Meadfoot Beach Cafe. It's gorgeous here. There's that big shark in the water again. Well, the good news is we got a table. Cheers.
Cheers.
So what's for lunch today?
We're going to have a Meadfoot bath today. They're only doing limited food, so we're having bacon, sausage, egg and a hash brown.
Wow. Sounds like my sort of Christmas Eve lunch. Well, cheers everybody.
Cheers.
Well, another superb lunch from our friends in the Meadfoot Beach Cafe. If you're ever in this neck of the woods, I can highly recommend it. It's absolutely lovely. And that's just about it from me for today. I can't believe it's Christmas Eve. It's 14 degrees. There are people swimming in the sea. It's absolutely beautiful blue sky. Long may it continue. And God bless you, Devon and the English Riviera. Hope you enjoyed that. Happy Christmas from us to all of you out there. If you're watching on YouTube, if you'd like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. Thank you so much. And I will see you again on the next one very soon. Take care.